The first thing I would say is I'm an introvert, so I approach things a little differently from extroverts. Um, so for me, it was cultivating a relationship rather than asking for a lot. I'm not always comfortable asking. I know it's maybe not a great trait, but I'm not always comfortable asking. I'm the kind of guy, if I'm in a nonprofit and they say you have to give or get $5,000, I'm gonna give. I'm not gonna go ask my friends to donate. I'm just gonna give it myself because I'm not that good at it. So I've actually found that building relationships where asking for something wasn't in the forefront actually worked better for me. So I would have conversations with people, and at first I did it all wrong. I wanted to get on boards, so I wanted to call up people who can get me on boards. The fact of the matter is there are very few people in the world who can get you on a board. Very, very few. So I was destined for disappointment. I would call up somebody and I would think my time's valuable. And this person can't really get me on a board, so I'm disappointed. Why did I invest the time? And I began to realize that that was probably, the craziest way of approaching a conversation possible. Maybe the stupidest way of approaching a conversation possible. And I was doing this all wrong. When I had that epiphany that talking to people was important in and of itself, that I gained perspective, that I gained experience, that it made me a better person just to have this communication with people, life changed. And all of a sudden, all of these conversations became fun because I'm not expecting anything from them. I'm not reaching out just to ask. So I would reach out to people and I would just talk. I'm retiring. I'm getting on boards. I know that you're on boards. Just tell me about your experience. Just tell me what you've learned. Just tell me anything that makes me better. And we'll just talk about it. And I'm not here to ask you for a job. I'm not here to ask you for a board seat. I'm just here to learn from you. And accomplished human beings love that. They love to talk as opposed to being put in this box. Hey, you have a board seat for me? Can you get me on a board? Right. And it made my life so much fun that this spreadsheet filled up very quickly with people who just taught me things. And every now and again, one of them would say, I know somebody who actually has an opportunity. I think you'd be good for that. You've got a technology background. This is what they're looking for, etc. And one thing could lead to another. And in many cases, one thing did lead to another. But the whole notion of leveraging my network in a way that just made me better, as opposed to a more targeted leveraging my network just to keep asking for board seats. Because at some point, if I keep doing that, my network just keeps running away from me. Here comes Larry wanting something again, right? And it's really just making sure. I'll tell you this quick story. I remember talking with one private equity firm, and I had already actually gotten on a number of board seats. And I called up the lady and I said, look, I actually have enough board seats right now, but I admire your firm. And you've been introduced to me by someone I trust. And I just want to build a relationship with you. I think I'm good on board seats. Just want to build a relationship with you. Just want to get to know you. That's it. And we talked for a few minutes. And at the end, she said, okay, enough with this get to know you stuff. We need to get you on one of our boards, right? Which was an interesting approach. And I wonder if I had showed up saying, hey, I want to get on one of your boards, whether I'd have had the same success. So the relationships were incredibly important, but also being authentic about the relationships was also incredibly important. It's continuing to build those relationships after I had gotten on board seats, demonstrating that it's not all about just getting something. So there are people I go out to dinner with, there are people I just reach out to and say hi, so that there isn't this feeling, I only call you when I need something from you, that you are actually important to me. And I know a bunch of this sounds hokey, but people really, really do matter.